Hey Shiny Diamonds, today we are talking about how to motivate your coaches. So now that you have a few coaches, how do you get them motivated? How do you get them excited to be coach? And what in the world do you do when they're not motivated? So I'm gonna give you a few tips today. The first thing is you have to be the kind of coach that you would want them to be. You as a leader have got to lead by example. So you need to be hitting Success Club. You need to be sharing on Facebook. You need to be talking about coaching. You need to be reading personal development and sharing that with your team. You have to lead by example or they're not gonna wanna follow you and they're not gonna feel very motivated. Do you have to be a top coach to lead by example? No. The 3 vital behaviors are the same for the top coach as they are for you. So just lead with the 3 vital behaviors and be a good example to your team. Make sure that Success Club is non-negotiable for you. It's a non-negotiable. You fight every minute to get to Success Club, to grow your business, and let them know that like you're a person too, that if you're inviting 10 people that day, I like to get on my Facebook wall in my team or into my conversations with groups of different people on my team, and I like to say, hey, it's 7 a.m. I did my workout, I did my personal development, and I talked to these 10 people, and just let them know that like as the leader, like you're working. So being accountable to your team that you're working and what you do every day, like helps them see what to do. They'll be like, oh crap, well, Missy's done all this work and it's only 7 in the morning. What have I done to build my business today? So be an example of what a successful coach looks like. Be the coach that you want them to be. The second thing is you need to remember this is about them. It's not about you. It never is. This is about letting your coaches know, one, that you love them no matter what. It's just like raising a kid. You have to love your coaches even when they quit. You have to love your coaches when they're brand new and when they're star diamond. Like you want them to know that no matter what, you are there for them, you love them, you appreciate them, no matter what. That has to come free of charge. And what happens is when you establish that, you establish connection and they're gonna feel like they can be real with you. So when they're struggling, you're gonna know they're struggling. And if you don't hear from them, they're struggling. Reach out to them. So usually I take 1 week of the month and I set up phone calls with as many coaches as I can. And I do one-on-one calls. I say, who needs help? Who needs to game plan? I get on the phone and I game plan. No matter where your coach is at, if they're struggling to be motivated, you have got to give them a what's next. You've got to find where they're struggling and give them something small to work on. Having a what's next plan is always important, no matter what rank you are, okay? Even if you're 15-star diamond, there's always a what's next. So help your coaches identify what's going right and what's going wrong, where they're struggling, and help them develop a what's next, okay? It's just like inviting. You want to use breadcrumbs with your coaches. You got to give them something small to bite off when they're overwhelmed. So if you're feeling like they're overwhelmed or they're frustrated with their business, 90% of the time, I have my coaches go back to just connecting with people. I say, okay, throw everything else out the window, like just go out and reach out to 10 people today on Facebook. Don't even talk about Beachbody, just reach out to 10 people. Because what they need to remember is that the core of coaching is connection. The core of coaching is that desire, that inner fire to help people and to love people. At least it is for me. And so when they're feeling frustrated, if you can light their fire of connecting with people again and feeling like they make a difference, then they will be able to re-engage in their business better. So that's what I do for coaches who are really struggling. And then I help them develop an action plan. I say, okay, like, let's put you back in a challenge group. Let's give you a partner. Find them a buddy. find them a success partner, someone they can check in with, someone they can be friends with. That's super important. Put them in a conversation group with a couple other coaches that are where they're at, so they can all talk together and help them build those relationships on the team. They may be connected to you, but sometimes people really need some strong connections on the team to stay motivated. So always give them a what's next. Always meet them where they're at. Don't force them to move faster than they want to move. And just love them where they are. And if you'll do that, your coaches will motivate themselves. And if you're an example of being the kind of coach that you want them to be and you share that with them, they'll motivate themselves. So those are my tips. Today, I'd love it if you guys would share with me and the group and with your team, if you have a team, what you did to build your business today. What did you do to be a leader and to lead by example?